Let me guess. You woke up this morning, stared at your to-do list, laughed a little, then said those magic words, "There's just not enough time," right? And you're not wrong. There really aren't enough hours in the day to do everything. But here's a secret. You're not supposed to. Yeah, you heard me. You're not supposed to do everything because brace yourself for this groundbreaking revelation. Not everything deserves to be done. We live in a world where more is king. More hustle, more hours, more notifications, more planners, more apps, more caffeine, more tiny dopamine hits from checking tasks like open email and breathe in. We've been tricked. We think the problem is time. Like if we could just get one more hour, we'd finally launch the business, clean the kitchen, call our aunt, write a novel, and start Pilates. But if time was really the problem, then the busiest people on earth would be the least productive. Spoiler, they're not. Let's break it down. There are people out there working 3 jobs, raising kids, running side hustles, and they're making real progress. Meanwhile, someone else has 12 free hours and spends it rearranging their desktop icons by color. The difference? Not time, clarity. The magical ability to know what matters and ruthlessly ignore what doesn't. And before you say, "But Sam, my job makes me do stuff I don't care about." Sure, we all have obligations, but don't pretend you're working 24 hours a day. You still have choice. And if you keep choosing fluff over progress, that's not a scheduling issue. That's a clarity issue. Let's talk about your brain. It's basically a squirrel with Wi-Fi. Every 2 seconds, what if we check email? Ooh, someone tagged you in a meme. You should probably clean your keyboard. Do frogs have eyebrows? Next thing you know, it's 3 p.m. and you've accidentally researched amphibian anatomy for 45 minutes. This is what happens when your brain has no North Star, no filter, no clear sense of what's important. Because when everything feels urgent, you panic. And when you panic, you do weird stuff like color code your inbox or reorganize your sock drawer alphabetically. So how do you fix this? You get clear and you start small. Like, hilariously small. Try this tomorrow morning. Write down just 3 things, not 30, not 12, not 7, just 3. These are your "if I do this, I win the day" tasks. They should scare you a little, not fight a goose scary, just stop hiding behind busy work scary. And here's the catch. You have to do them first, not after you check Instagram, not after you scroll LinkedIn and convince yourself it's networking. First. Because if you wait to feel ready, you'll end up watching motivational videos in your pajamas until Thursday. There's a dangerous little drug in productivity circles. It's called busyness. It makes you feel important. You say stuff like, "Oh man, I've been running around all day." But if we zoom out, what did you actually do? Replied to 16 emails? Refilled your stapler? Googled if oat milk expires? And you still didn't touch the one project that would actually change your week. Being busy is easy. Being intentional? That's hard, because it requires decisions, boundaries, saying no. And if you're a people pleaser or a professional overthinker, saying no feels like rejecting world peace. Now let's talk about guilt. Because the second you start protecting your time, you'll feel it. You'll skip an email and feel like you kicked someone's puppy. You'll say no to a meeting and spiral into an identity crisis. Here's the truth. Every yes is a no to something else. So if you say yes to every distraction, you're saying no to your goals. You don't owe anyone 24/7 access to your brain. Not your coworkers, not your phone, not even your inner perfectionist whispering, "You could be doing more." You don't need to do more. You need to matter more. And that only happens when you get clear. You know what the most popular day on the calendar is? It's not Monday. It's not Friday. It's one day. As in, one day I'll write that book. One day I'll quit that job. One day I'll start meditating, journaling, and flossing without resenting all 3. Spoiler, one day isn't a day. It's a vague, mythical land where your laundry is folded, your inbox is empty, and you speak fluent French for some reason. We love one day because it lets us feel ambitious without doing anything. It's like goal insurance with 0 coverage. The problem is you don't schedule a breakthrough. You build it, tiny step by tiny step, on extremely messy days, like random Tuesdays, when you'd rather eat cereal straight from the box and scroll memes about ambition instead of being ambitious. The future isn't waiting to rescue you, it's waiting for you to get up and start. Let's talk about your to-do list, that lovely little scroll of stress that you wrote optimistically and then ignored aggressively. At first, it feels helpful, like, yes, I have a plan. Then it starts whispering, hey, you're behind. Again, remember me? I'm the reason your eye twitches. And let's be honest, half of what's on that list isn't even real work. It's just guilt in bullet point form. You ever write something down after you've done it, just so you can check it off? Brush teeth, feed dog, breathe, check, check, check. Wow, what a productive king you are. But here's the truth bomb. To-do lists don't make you productive. They just simulate productivity, like shaking a protein shake and calling it leg day. You want a better to-do list? Try this. Cut it in half, then cut it again. Then circle the one thing that actually moves your life forward. Do that first. That's your real list. The rest, noise. Your phone isn't a babysitter. I know, this one's going to hurt. Your phone, Sharon, it's supposed to be a tool, but for most of us, it's a pacifier with Wi-Fi. You open it to check one thing. Then boom, you're 14 videos deep in a guy building a cabin out of noodles and regret. You ever wonder how it's suddenly 3:47 p.m. and you've done nothing except switch between 6 apps and convince yourself you're staying updated? You're not staying updated, you're escaping. The truth? Your phone doesn't steal your time. You hand it over willingly, like a bored king tossing his crown at the court jester. Here's a wild idea. Put your phone in another room for 25 minutes. No, really, try it. You'll either finish a task or discover a new level of emotional instability. Win-win. Because real clarity isn't just about choosing what to do. It's about choosing what not to look at while you do it. Starting is hard, not because you're broken, because your brain hates uncertainty. It's like, what if we fail and everyone laughs? Newsflash, no one's watching. They're too busy arguing with strangers on the internet. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a messy beginning. Start badly. But start. You can't edit a blank page and you can't improve something that doesn't exist. So tomorrow morning, forget the planner that makes you feel guilty. Forget the productivity guru with 6 morning routines and no visible signs of sleep. Just ask yourself, what are my 3? Write them down. Do them first. Ignore the rest. That's clarity, and clarity is power. If this gave your brain a much-needed slap of perspective, hit that subscribe button. See you in the next video.